I'll be right there. I'll tell you, I can't do this anymore. The sense of guilt is eating me alive. I keep asking myself, where did we go wrong? It wasn't always like that with Simon and I. We used to have good times. We laughed a lot. We traveled to new places, took long walks. We even tried cooking foreign dishes together. We used to talk about everything. We talked about writing, about movies, music, traveling, money. We talked about our fears and our aspirations, about the future. We seemed to like the same things. Simon used to finish my sentences and I'd finish his. We were the perfect couple. At least so I thought. Simon went on to propose 2 years after we'd been dating. He said it was the proper thing to do. You see, Simon was brought up in a proper home with proper manners. Not sure what that all means, but nothing like in my family. We always had chaos. Someone was always throwing a tantrum, and there was so much conflict all the time. Very improper to say the least. Anyway, 5 years into the marriage, something strange happened. Well, it felt like it happened overnight, but maybe if I hadn't been in my fairy tale, I probably would have noticed it earlier. When Simon's phone would light up, an unmistakable notification that a message had arrived, his eyes would brighten up all of a sudden. And sometimes I could actually see his ear perk up at the sound of a message. And alas, with time, that sparkle in his eye, as he stared into a seemingly inanimate object, made me realize that he was somewhere else. Simon, is there something wrong? Do you want to talk? I'd say. Nah, it's all the restructuring at work that's making me nervous, he would reply. But nevertheless, his work trips became ever more frequent and longer each time. Finally fed up of trying to figure it out and guess his mobile phone access code, I confronted him after his return from yet another work trip. Simon, are you cheating on me? And his response was, honey, I'd never do such a thing. It's all in your head. Maybe we just need to reconnect, I had said to Simon on a bright Sunday morning over scrambled eggs. Let's get out of town, rekindle our fire. But Simon was not having any of it. Money is limited, he has said, with a full mouth. But it's a tentative plan, okay? Well, that was 9 months ago, and I'm still waiting. He hasn't even tried to revisit the conversation. Sometimes I feel he's even avoiding me. I finally spilled my guts to a good friend after a couple of shots of tequila at our favorite bar nestled in the heart of the Jewish ghetto. We talked all night, reminiscing about old times at college. And at a certain point, Clara said, Stella, you know what? You should get even. Get a lover. And it might help to take your mind off things for a while. And that's when I met James. It was not my intention. I didn't mean it to happen. It just happened. And I let it. Maybe to distract myself. Maybe because I was lonely. Maybe a bit of both. We met during a party hop organized by some old friends. It's been eons since I did something like that. It was awesome. We were so wasted, and by the end of the night, I was in James's arms. We met again many times after that night, against my good judgment, of course. I was bothered we would get caught, but I was more intrigued, and I let myself enjoy the attention. I heard myself laugh again. I was alive again. Simon was very often away, so he hadn't noticed anything. James and I, we were so unabashed about the whole thing, like two teenagers having a great time. Look, we knew at the back of our minds that it was just a question of time before we had to face the music. And, as fate would have it, I recognized Simon's secretary at a cozy restaurant on one of our romantic escapades, apparently dining with her dad. Well, he looked more like her sugar dad with the way he stroked her arm. But that's another story altogether. A fortnight later, as we were turning the corner to James's apartment, we bumped head-on into my sister. Stella, how are you? You haven't been returning my calls. What are you doing here? She had said. And with a sweep of her eyes, I knew she understood everything. It took what seemed like an eternity to ramble something back to her. It's been hectic these weeks. Working on a project with a colleague. I could hardly breathe, trying to do the introductions and looking completely impassive about the whole thing. And that was the last time I called James. What have I done? What a mess. You see, in my improper family, we told each other how we felt and what we truly thought. Even though sometimes it meant someone had to sleep 2 floors down on Grandma's couch, it didn't matter. You said what needed to be said, good or bad. You had a choice. Oh, it wasn't my fault. I needed the comfort. If only Simon had given me the attention I needed, instead of casting me aside, to fill his ego with the attention of other women. And then, does it really matter if he cheated with another? Don't I deserve to have a relationship that satisfies me? Yes? Simon? Hi. Yeah. What are you watching? That sounds interesting. Yeah. I'll join you in a second, okay? Where did I put that thing? It said 5 minutes.